Hey, guess what? I got a free coupon for you right now from Wendy's. Yep, I got a Wendy's 4 for 4 coupon for you right now. Email us, sir, S-I-R, at 3blackguyswiththemic.com. That's sir, S-I-R, at 3blackguyswiththemic.com. The first person to let us know what college did Lamont graduate from, I'll send you a Wendy's 4 for 4 coupon. What college did Lamont graduate from? I'll send you a Wendy's 4 for 4 coupon. Happy Halloween! We just kicking it today on Halloween. As we talk about Cardi B, we talking about eating healthy, and we talking about Paul Manafort, George Papadopoulos, and much more. Enjoy this Halloween episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic.
First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of shit.
Sometimes my mama said, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay. Go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
But take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Three Black Guys with a Mic.
You know what? I got to come clean. Every once in a while, after a haircut or a close shave, I experience razor bumps. For years, I used alcohol or witch hazel or, whatever super expensive new skincare product was on the market. I even went to the doctor who gave me some stuff. None of it's worked for me. I had a hard time finding the right solution. I stopped guessing and I got Bumpcology. Bumpcology's serum doesn't employ alcohol. It doesn't employ harsh acidic astringents to screw your skin up. It's a soothing serum that will make your face feel nice. It will soothe the irritability of the razor bump in the affected area. It helps to allow the ingrown hair to come out on its own naturally. Put Bumpcology on your skin wherever you have an ingrown hair or a razor bump, and literally in days, somewhere between 1 to 3 days, you'll notice the difference. The ladies will love it. Your skin will feel soothed and relieved. Bumpcology. Bumpcology.com. BUMPCOLOGY.com. Stop guessing and get Bumpcology. Bumpcology.com.
Well, that's what me and the doc were saying. Just think about this, because I'm not like Spud, and I know this ain't in the show notes, so I'm hoping that he hit the record button. But I'm not about to be in the gym like that. I pay for a monthly gym membership that I haven't been to the gym in 6 months, and they get their money every 29 days. I'm just not. I'll get to it when I feel like it, but at the same time, we just got to figure out. And I say I'm talking definitely me. Is when I go to fucking Morton's or I go to Ruth Chris or wherever I'm going. Just trying to make some better choices when you order that food. Because I'm going to go, and I'm going to have sometimes some Kettle One. And I just can't put the juice in it. I got to put a little club soda in there.
Right.
Because that juice that I'm putting in my drink, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
So out of all the times you have drank orange juice with your Kettle One, you never flipped the orange juice bottle over and read the nutritional facts?
No.
Because Lamont,
no.
I feel you because I always felt like it's orange juice. It's natural.
Exactly.
Drink more of it. It's a fruit.
Exactly.
If eating fruits and vegetables is good for you, eat more of them.
Exactly. And that all goes into the mindset. Like we could talk about milk. At the end of the day, since we all came out the womb, we were taught that milk does a body good. Well, in all actuality, it doesn't, because milk is a mucus forming agent. And when you have mucus in your body, that ain't good, Playboy.
Y'all didn't see the documentary What the Health?
No, let's talk about before What the Health. Let's talk about before documentary.
The China stuff.
Dude, you talking about something that came out since you talking about internet. You talking about the internet age.
We were brought up when I was 12.
Age. Right, we were brought up with
But
pterodactyl.
wait a minute. But the China study's been out since the 90s. I mean,
what about the 70s and 80s?
But wait. But we talk about just now. We talking about just now. You talking about 2 weeks ago.
Listen,
I understand
listen,
that.
Listen, Spud.
I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just asking.
Listen, ain't nobody trying to hear you with your little fancy ass diets and shit. Okay?
I'm
not coming at us all. Because you the smallest, you the skinniest one in the bunch.
No, I just was saying you gotta read the nutritional facts.
No. Ain't nobody trying to hear. Do you jogging? You out here running, Spud? You jogging a little bit?
I don't run no more, but I do go to the gym.
Because you help.
We actually go to the gym every morning, but
I don't care. I don't care.
No, we care. No. No,
we
care.
He's trying to body shame me, Lamont. He's trying to body shame me.
Listen.
Well, no. I mean, he threw me under the bus. No, but I'm not going to let him do it.
Listen, it's Halloween. I knew you was going as Medea. I knew you was going as I knew Lamont was going as Sherman Clump. Or I think either he said Sherman Clump or either Chef from South Park. I knew you was going either one of those. But
yeah, Lamont, yes, I will make it.
Which one was it, Lamont? Did you say
I will make it into Detroit, Lamont?
Which one are you posting, Lamont? The chef from South Park costume or the Sherman Clump costume?
Hey man, shout out to it was Isaac Hayes, right?
It's Halloween.
Like Hayes.
Yeah. Shout out to Isaac Hayes, man. Shout out actually to his son, man. In the A-Town, got out of Facebook jail. But no, on the real, let's bring it back home, man, because he wasn't supposed to go here. But all I'm saying is that, we talk about documentaries. One of the ones that I really enjoy was called Food Desert. Did you all see that?
Yeah, I had a bowl of ice cream with that one.
Stop. and no, but here's what it was. And actually, it was a dude from Jersey that did it, and I think he won a couple of awards. And what he talked about, and I didn't really, it really hit home because it was the environment I grew up in, and it talked about how in our community, the majority of the food choices that we have are all salty, sweet, or hot foods. You never have any cold foods, and I always remember, the KFC over here, the McDonald's over here growing up. So, Spud, when you ask those questions, the problem is that we were raised in an environment that, we put gravy on our rice or on our potatoes. But then when you like, well, what is gravy? Gravy is grease, flour, and water. And then the drippings from the chicken or the pork chops, which again is grease. What is grease and flour going to do? It's going to clog up your arteries, bro. But we always just put Mama, put some more gravy on my rice or on my potatoes. Man, am I wrong?
No, you were right. I love.
You didn't see Quincy Jones' son documentary?
Man,
yeah, but
nobody listens
but
to
in
Quincy
1974,
it just came out in 2017.
Right, but he's talking about how we were raised. But
I know how we were raised, but I'm just saying you can't change the mindset. You was raised on Burwood and Curtis, right?
Right. Yes.
You changed from the Burwood and Curtis mentality to a Berkeley County mentality.
And again, I'm with you, and what I'm saying is right. But now, my problem is when I go to the higher end restaurant, and they big on this. I didn't know what a pop off was, a popover, or whatever it is, but it's this big thing of bread that's hot and fluffy and airy, and then they bring this olive oil with it, and you can't eat that. And when I tell you it's delicious, it is delicious. When they bring that big 48-ounce steak for two people to share, and they cut it up nice and
that's obscene.
What? No, watch this. No, watch this. It's a lot of bone on. It's a lot of bone on there, but they slice it all nice, and they put a little bit on your plate and a little bit on. Yeah, no. This is like I don't know what it is, but they cut it up real nice, and they put it on the plate and the table, and you hitting the potatoes, and they bring you some more bread, and they give you a little bit of vegetable, but it's and then you with the kettle, and you feeling good, and then you go in the back and you smoking a cigar because it's that kind of spot where the people at, and this was not good. It wasn't.
So, like I said, it was homecoming this weekend, and
right.
I just wanted to break it up because if you say food one more time, I'm gonna have to get off the damn show.
Yeah. All right, let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Three Black Guys with a Mic. So, did you go to Powerhouse, Lamont?
No, I did not go to Brookline. No. No, I did not go to Powerhouse.
Oh, okay. Because I saw, and I just wanted to know, because it's the rumor that Meek Mill's crew beat up French Montana. I wanted to see if you had the scoop on it.
I mean, I don't have a firsthand. I mean, I'm going by what I heard. I heard it was a little tussling. Again, Brooklyn is like a helicopter ride for me, so I couldn't put the pennies together to put any gas in the helicopter to get it over. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to just kind of recap this. We're talking about somebody who just now is changing his eating habits, but now who grew up on Burwood and Curtis, but now has to take a helicopter to Brooklyn from New Jersey.
Yeah, to the Barclays, yeah, I had to get a helicopter ride, but I did hear it was a big brawl, bro. I heard it was a lot. I heard it was a lot of even people were forcing their way to get in and trample some security guards and barricades. Like, it was a mess. I heard it was a hot mess. So I just hear what you hear.
Didn't Cardi B get engaged there?
Was that?
That was Powerhouse.
Yeah. That was Powerhouse. No. I'm sorry. So we on two different things. Powerhouse is in Philly. The other thing I'm talking about was
Powerhouse in New York.
No. They had two. They had one in New York.
Oh.
Right. I think the fight happened at the Barclays in Brooklyn, and the engagement happened at Philly. I don't know the arena they were at. You might know that, Maynard, but that Powerhouse is in Philly, where they got engaged. So you had two different venues.
Speaking of Cardi B, let's get into it, because I know you've been waiting all weekend to vent about Cardi B getting the Spirit of Detroit award. Cash Doll went off and said something foul about her city, as well as my man Royce the 5'9" had his things to say. Lamont, I'm just going to go ahead and just give you the floor to be able to speak and tell people why this is a problem.
Well, a lot of my wind is not in my sail as it once was, because I've calmed down a little bit, but we talk about Cardi B a lot, you know what I'm saying, on this podcast. And, we definitely got to shout her out, because I just saw the new cover of Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying, where she does or has the cover. I don't know if it's on newsstands yet, but that's definitely a big accomplishment for somebody that has like one record, for her to actually get the cover.
Yo, is that a shout out? Or
that was a little bit of a shot. That was a little bit of a shot.
Yo, my dude, she has one record, bro. Like, am I wrong?
She has 1.5.
Now,
almost 2.
Now, and wait a minute. Let me give some more kudos, because I feel bad, because that new G-Eazy record that she's on, I do like that record. You know what I'm saying?
Another smash from Cardi.
Don't fall back. But also, if you listen to the content of what she's saying, and I'm going to be honest with you, I thought about, when Maynard went off on me 2 podcasts ago about his daughter and the youth and all that, I thought about Maynard's daughter and listening to what Cardi B was saying on G-Eazy's new record. And if you all need some time to go look it up on lyrics.com and what she's talking about, there's no way that Maynard would allow that kind of music in his home. And if Maynard heard his daughter say what Cardi B saying in that, what you call a smash record, I got a feeling there'd be some issues going on in Maynard's house. Am I right, Maynard?
What's the difference between that and Lil' Kim?
Oh my God. When Lil' Kim came out, when she first came out, I was like, oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear sweet Jesus.
Yeah, but you know the difference?
And the sticky.
So what's the difference between Cardi B and Lil' Kim? What's the difference between Cardi B and Trina?
You know the difference? No, and I think here's where and this is what I heard someone say, and I had to process it, is like, when you consume this music, I think it's at a certain age in your life that you can determine that, this is just something that somebody's saying on a record. There's a certain generation of people that are taking in this music or taking in certain parts of Cardi B that they can't understand or process what it really is, that it is just that it's entertainment. It's not real. What Cardi B is saying in that G-Eazy record, she's saying, I blank with this N-word and he gave me some money. So to me, a 10-year-old that's reciting that and that's taking that in is different than a 25-year-old or a 30-year-old taking that in.
But there were 10-year-olds saying, I used to get, I used to be scared of it. Now I throw lips to it. It's the same thing.
I'm with you. I'm just saying that at different levels of your growth process on this planet, is certain people shouldn't be taking that in. And I know, Maynard, come on, man, don't leave me hanging. I just don't feel like your little bitty princess should be at the crib taking that in.
Well, hold on. Let's Let's talk about how that was phrased. I agree with you, but the taking it in part.
Oh yeah, I mean, in terms of the music, Playboy. Come on, son. Come on. Don't do me like that.
My pressure.
Son.
My pressure just went all crazy, homie. It just went all
I'm
crazy.
taking in the music,
right?
And we're gonna get back to Detroit, the Spirit Award. But I'm just saying, like, we on this Cardi B high right now, and I think that goes in what.
But Lamar, I agree with you. 150,000 million trillion %, and I feel like we've gotten to a point where anything goes in how we talk about. Somebody was trying to tell me the other day, like, you know what I'm saying? They go this way, but then they balance it with some positive words here and there. Or Cardi B got a positive message on these 2 songs about, how she was a stripper and now she's doing good. But on the other songs, she's doing this. Or this rapper is doing this on this song, but on this song, he's talking this way. That's like saying I had a little bit of poison, but then I had a little bit of water. Poison is poison. It's poisonous. And first of all, we only got ourselves to blame for this. The 3 of us right here, we are the cause for this raggedy nonsense.
No. It's Spud's fault. It's Spud's fault.
I'm all in.
Is it my turn to explain this one? Because we're guilty. We're complicit.
I'm not. No. I'm on record of saying what Cardi B was.
Oh, you contradicting yourself again.
What? I'm on record of saying what Cardi B was. Cardi B was a stripper, bro. Cardi B should be up in the heights, bro.
Let's talk about. Let's talk about how this happened. So, Spud, you know this. Lamont, you know this. A long time ago, let's just say in the mid 90s at the latest. Lamont, somebody will call you up and say, Lamont, we really want you to help this record get put on the radio in certain cities, and we need you to go and visit certain people about that, right? And Spud, you were a programmer. And you would say, oh, here comes Lamont with this record. And you had the leverage to say, Lamont, you know what? As much as I like you and as much as I may think that this artist is cool, this record ain't going to work in this market. And programmers all around the country had some leverage to at least say, yo, out of 35 or so records, I know I'm not going to be forced to play any more than, say, 4 or 5 records. These are the records that work. In Philly, where I grew up, right, we had reggae on the radio. I remember coming to Detroit, and it really was. And I'm not talking about reggae like the Sean Pauls and the Sashas. I'm talking about like deep tracks. That doesn't work, for instance, in Detroit. Or, a lot of what DJ Zapp played in the electronic kind of sound on a hip hop station wouldn't work in Philadelphia. Programmers had the luxury to do what they wanted to do in their respective markets. And then somebody got smart. I don't know who it was. I'm not going to call any names. I'm not going to call any companies. There's one company in radio one radio company that was instrumental in trying to figure out how to, have programming that came out of one person. So all 20 some radio stations that are in this radio group, they all played the exact same record. And a lot of whack records came through in that time. And that's the way we do it now.
You're going long. You're going long, man. You're going long.
I'm trying not to name names, though.
No, it's okay, but you're going long. I'm trying to figure out how is it Spud's fault and how is it my fault. I want you to get to the point.
Because we all benefited working in radio or records. We all benefited from a system that allowed the wackest songs to come on air on every radio station in the country at the exact same time, being played 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 times a day.
Yeah, but man, here's what you're doing is that you're giving me, Spud, and yourself a little bit too much credit. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was more than just us as individuals. Did we take part in the process? Absolutely. But this was, I think, a plan or a corporate decision that was made on a level that's way higher than us. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like you.
I do. Organic.
No, stop.
Campaign,
Spud.
and it was just
Spud,
organic.
Stop.
And this actually happened, and the world was against Cardi B, one female rapper
So can I break your heart, man? Can I break your heart? Can I break your heart?
And then the world got behind. People saw the wind in her sail, and people went and actually started blowing the wind in her sail. Everybody in the country was trying to push Cardi B to number one. Not just the record labels. Everybody was rooting for Cardi B to get number one on the chart.
Spud.
Lamont, when he said blowing the wind in the sail, did he mean promotional money?
That's what I'm getting ready to say. Like Spud was Spud. Yes. No. But Spud, Maynard, listen. And I did the research. Yep. And this might be incorrect, politically incorrect. That girl for that single had a radio budget north of $1 million.
From where? She didn't even have no label before then.
But
she just signed with Atlantic like what?
Listen to me what I'm telling you. Okay. That girl for that single had a budget of over $1 million. Whoever want to get down, we can go do the research. It's right there. Over $1 million, Playboy. So all of that, everybody wanted to get behind it. That's foolishness. People were marketed and promoted that was what it was. Period.
Hey, Lamont, man, would you also, while we're here, and without going too deep, because I know I went long, as you said, explain to people what $1 million or what that radio budget is. The people that may not understand what those words mean.
Well, first and foremost, in other genres of music like country and rock, that's pennies, because that's what they do on the norm. But when we talk about a radio budget, you have to have people that are, I've heard people say like that have boots on the ground, that people have to go and lobby for records to be played. Records just don't automatically just pop up on the radio. And Spud, you can attest to this. You have to have a staff of people who are around the clock, around the country, begging, pleading. Sometimes, there may be a dinner here. American and Delta and United Airlines, they don't operate off of free because they want to see Cardi B win. When you got to get a plane ticket to get over here to WDMK or I don't know, not VAZ. Just pick a W out there of a radio station that somebody has to visit. Somebody got to sleep. Somebody got to eat. In order for that to be a coordinated effort for that girl to have a record that is number one over what's the skinny girl's name that she took the place over Taylor Swift. You think that all of the hood rats of America, and because of what it is that they want, that record's going to be number one over Taylor Swift?
This has anything to do with hood rats. America likes this song.
Stop. Spud, come on, man.
Stop. What are you talking
You've been in radio long enough.
He's getting ready. You getting ready to tell us that America wanted Donald Trump to be the president because
I'm not saying that.
I've heard the other day because
name? Who was on what's the station in New York? Z100. What's the girl who was on? Katy Perry was talking about Bodak Yellow. What's Justin Bieber's girl's name? What's the Justin Bieber girl's name? Selena Gomez was talking about Cardi B.
What are you talking
about? But Spud, you know this, and we all know this. Nobody likes any music until we play it 35 times a week and make them like it.
Exactly.
Remember when it was? I remember it was Lil Flip or somebody. This is the way we bought that record. Sucked.
Nope. Listen, when what's his name? Daniel,
that record sucked too.
No.
You know what?
No.
Damn it! Stop the conversation.
What's
call
the
Paul
name
Porter. Lamont, call Paul Porter on the phone.
What's Childish Gambino's name?
Shout out to Childish Gambino. Oh, now wait a minute.
Glover.
What? Yeah. See, wait, Spud. I got a story, and watch this. I remember. I forgot the date. I remember somebody that I know that I used to work for was like, yo, Lamont, we got this Childish Gambino record. We was at Bobby Ducker's wedding in the Dominican Republic, and we were talking about that record and how Daniel Glass and those boys couldn't get arrested. Nobody wanted to play that record. But you know what happened? Once that boy wants that Golden Globe, the next week, they was like, who is this? Oh, it's the same. We got to play this. All of a sudden,
it's the same thing with Migos. Nobody was messing with Migos, so that ain't got nothing to do with Maynard's point. Nobody was messing with Bad and Bougie
listen,
until
you didn't let me finish.
Until Childish Gambino said Migos Bad and Bougie. After that, number one song.
But Spud, listen, what that also was a signal to certain people is, wait a minute, we got to open up these budgets a little bit. You get on a plane, go get on a plane. You got to take somebody to dinner, go take them to dinner. Do whatever kind of lobbying you need to do to make this work.
Okay, can we get back to Detroit in the spirit of the Lord so we can wrap this up so we can get... let's not say we know what lobbying means.
Yeah, you know what they do in DC.
You know what
I'm saying?
So let's get back. So here's the problem. The problem is that it came out in the Detroit City Council. So here's kind of what happened. So the Detroit City Council basically gives out the Spirit of Detroit Award to people in, I guess, the city or whatever. So a city council member can nominate or request an award, a Spirit of Detroit Award, for a person or event or organization being honored for either an outstanding achievement or service to the citizens of Detroit. The problem is that Cardi B hasn't done anything for the city of Detroit on record that anybody can explain. So Mary Sheffield, who's a council member, came out and said, wasn't me. James Tate, who's a council member, came out and said, that wasn't me. Nobody was like, that was me.
But you know why? No, I'm saying, like, nobody wants to talk about why people start to distance themselves, because they knew that was wrong. They knew that was wrong, and it was wrong on everything that we just got through talking about how, unfortunately, and again, the music that Cardi B puts out, Cardi B's persona and what Cardi B is about is not really what the Spirit of Detroit is supposed to be, what that award was made for. You know what I'm saying? And again, this ain't about her personally, but it's just like, yo, dog, that's not your lane. That's not, you supposed to be right when you did the show, when you was up in the strip club later on that night, that's your lane. That's where you're supposed to be at. How about that?
Well, hold on. I agree that she should not have been given the Spirit Award.
But why? What? Just tell me why, man. See, that's the part of people don't want to talk about because they're scared like it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Why should Cardi B not be given that award?
Because she didn't do anything for Detroit.
That's the only reason why she should have not gotten the award.
Yeah, but the other issue is that the other people who've gotten it who didn't do anything, say, for example, like it was brought to my attention, Trey Songz got that same award. But people did not distance themselves because Trey Songz, his persona, his energy, and what he represents is a little different. Maybe not as
wasn't Trey Songz up on stage in Detroit tearing stuff up?
That was before that. Before he got really wild with the braids. But before, Trey was a little bit more of a choir boy to a degree, just wanted to make love and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm saying is that, even if I don't know if you've seen the new mixtape cover of Cardi B, she's holding a 40-ounce bottle to her mouth and her legs cocked open. Have you all seen that image online?
I thought that was old.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it was old. I thought somebody was suing somebody because it's something that was going to be used or coming out.
There's a dude in that, and he was like, "You're using my likeness." So
yeah, something like that. But what I'm saying is that they immediately, those council people, was like, "Oh my God, we know what Cardi B's about. We can't be associated with that."
But you know what I think, and maybe I'm super stupid. I think what very well may have happened is anybody can submit to any council person to give someone the Spirit of Detroit Award. This is how it goes. A Spirit of Detroit Award can be requested from any council member for a person, event, or organization being honored for outstanding achievement or service to the citizens of Detroit. Submissions of the name of the person, event, et cetera, and the reason being honored is required. This should be submitted 5 working days before expected delivery date. I wonder if we could, we should do a test. We should just nominate somebody for the Spirit of Detroit Award that don't even exist.
Yeah, and just give it to them. With the mic. We should nominate ourselves, and maybe
right. And because I think what very well may happen is somebody said, "Oh, I got these. I got this," and people love to see city council members love to get on TV and spend more time, and they say, "Oh, a wonderful people from radio station Hot 107.5 gave us the name of Cardi B, and she's done so much for the city. Please give her the Spirit of Detroit Award." And they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They just said this is an opportunity for me to be on TV a little bit more than somebody else who's on council.
That one I'm going to agree with, because Brenda Jones actually came out and said that it was that Radio 1 actually made the request and she approved it. And so I'm thinking that Radio 1, for whatever it's worth, I don't think it was any malice there. I think that they really honestly was like, oh, we really want to honor, Cardi B just on GP. I don't think it was a publicity stunt or anything of that nature. And I think that Brenda Jones and her office was oblivious to who Cardi B was. And she probably thought that, Cardi B's from 7 Mile and Myers. And she was like, oh, yeah, sure. Give her a Spirit of Detroit award for being #1 on the Hot 100 charts and becoming, the first female rapper
having
to win
a
all these,
40-ounce bottle between her legs.
That too, And so everybody was oblivious to the fact of, this was going to receive so much backlash. And Brenda Jones was like, hey, man, listen, I'm going to get that girl an award. I don't even know who that is. Go and get that girl an award and leave me alone.
Well, but I think you're right. But I think what has happened, and here's the silver lining or the beauty or the rainbow, whatever you want to call it, is that I think before they get a next award out, they're going to do a little bit more research. You know what I'm saying? So I think as a lot of people have made all of these comments about the award, the award, it's not about the award. It's about the accountability. It's about putting people on notice. And I think more importantly, it's also showing the power of, people in the hip hop community that they do have a voice, and their voice is being heard, and their voice is able to cause a reaction because that voice acts. So as I told a couple of people, the cool thing about all this, because again, it ain't even about Cardi. Let Cardi get her money, because what she came to Detroit for was to take away from the city, which is okay in terms of getting a check. You know what I'm saying? Because she performed, so they got some in that, and then she was ready to be on her way to go to the next city because that's her job. She was going to work. You know what I mean? So I think once she leaves, it's also about the people who have to stay there afterwards, you know what I'm saying? And having them have council people that are responsible and at least be able to kind of check it out and just kind of see before we just kind of throw this away, because we want to have some value, you know what I mean, when it comes to these kind of things. Because now, if you try to give that award to someone who has some sort of legitimate, like Royce said, value in the city, they're going to look at this like, yo, dog, you get this to Cardi B. I'm good. I'll pass.
And now you understand why I said you cannot say she's genius.
Who, Cardi B?
Right, because by giving her the award, then you cheapen the award for people who really deserve it. But by calling her genius, you cheapen the word genius.
Spud called her a genius. I didn't call her that.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm not genius. Listen,
yo, dude.
Wait.
Right. Next topic.
Wait. Her posting that, even though that was just her being genuine, her posting that, her marketing, all that is genius.
She wasn't marketing, Spud. Stop.
Listen to me. Cardi B is on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah, but do you know why?
Oh, next topic.
More than $1 million spent to get that done.
I'm trying to tell you, dog.
Let's talk about Paulie and the boys. Let's start off with, George Papadopoulos. Can you explain to the people who in the hell George Papadopoulos is and what the hell he
who in the hell left the gate open for George Papadopoulos?
How did George Papadopoulos get into all of this unnecessary drama we got going on? And who in the hell is he?
Well, George Papadopoulos was he was a low-level player in the Trump administration in the early parts of the game. And what ultimately happened is everybody kind of had their did I say administration or campaign? I want to make certain I say campaign, because I don't know that George Papadopoulos ever got a job in the administration. But anyhow, as a result, he was a very aggressive and some people would say enterprising young gentleman who came on with the campaign and was very anxious to find ways to solicit help from Russia, from Putin. He had some connections. As my man Liam Neeson would say, he had a very unique set of skills. And one of those skills was being able to always be tuned into what Vladimir Putin's people wanted to know. And so he was always pitching these ideas of, hey, we can meet with, Vladimir Putin would like to meet with you when the time is right. Vladimir Putin would like to sit down with you. Vladimir Putin. So he was always in Trump's ear with that. And it turns out that, he kind of got himself a little stretched out over that. The boy Bob Mueller picked him up back in July of this year. Nobody knew it. They got him before he got on the plane. I think he was flying out of LaGuardia. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But he was on his way somewhere.
He was out there with Bow Wow and Teeterbro.
Like he was trying to go charter. He was going to go charter, but they scooped him up and arrested him, and he copped a plea. That was back in July. The crazy part is nobody knew that Papadopoulos had copped a plea in July, and 3 months later, we just finding out about it this Monday morning, which means that for 90 days or so, he and Bob Mueller have been getting real acquainted. Now he's only supposed to serve somewhere between 0 and 6 months for, as a condition of his plea for essentially what I guess some would just basically call, being a traitor or treasonous espionage tactics or what have you.
I mean, because let me ask you, man. So if you were accused of tax fraud and money laundering and lying to the FBI, would you be in jail or would you be on house arrest?
If I were accused of that, yeah, absolutely.
Black ass would be in jail.
In jail with the quickness. I'll be in jail. You could be in jail. If you're black, you could be in jail for stuff that you ain't even accused of. They just be like, well, you just need to be around this weekend. We just need to keep you close. But he was a foreign policy advisor, and Trump acknowledged him once in the past, and back in maybe August of last year, he in a speech, I can't remember exactly when it was, but Trump acknowledged, George Papadopoulos, he's a really great guy, he's really smart and has a lot to do with this and that, the other. So Trump acknowledged who he is, because the Trump administration, as soon as somebody on their team gets in trouble, be like, this guy, who is this person? I don't know, I never met him, I don't know who he is. Even though there are pictures of you with him.
So Sarah Huckabee Sanders, even Donald Trump on Twitter this weekend said that, this has absolutely nothing to do with the White House. In my opinion, where there's smoke, there's fire. And Lamont, you could get in on this as well. So Maynard, is this leading? Because, a lot of people are saying this is just the beginning. I think even Paul Manafort even said that this is just the beginning of this investigation. Is this going to be the gateway to collusion with Russia, or is this another witch hunt?
Lamont, go ahead. You jump in there with your winners.
Again, I don't know, because I'm more.
You say he can jump in there with his what?
His winners.
With the winners. Yeah, with the winners. You talking about the people that still winning, that still are down with, we start calling it 38%. Was that the right percentage, right, Maynard? Because 38%.
It's starting to dip, though.
Nah, not yet. Not of what I just saw is that still 38% of his core, as my other man would call them, people that roll with Trumpito, they still down with it. But here's my thing is that I don't know, and I keep calling them Pop. Yeah, I remember from, the rapper from 8 Mile, because I can't say Papadopoulos correctly without thinking about Papa Doc. But the other guy, the guy that was buying the $1 million rugs in the Hampton, the one that had to check in today,
Manafort.
What's his name, man?
Paul Manafort.
The Manafort, yeah. When they went through the list of the things that this dude, because allegedly with him it's about tax evasion and hiding money in, was it Sweden or wherever it was? But they did a list of the things that this dude was doing, and I kept saying to myself, these boys was balling. I mean, and I said to myself, like, it's, when you're at that level of balling, that's like the Donald Trump baller. So there's something going on somewhere that, like you said, that Mueller is like, they know what it is, and they're giving it to us in stages. So when Papa Doc, which I'm gonna call him, when he got busted, it was a month ago, right? And
no,
just not
July.
telling us
July 17th, 20th, something
right.
Like that.
So there could be some more people that have already been arrested or detained or that are flipped that in turn that we don't know anything about, and they're just giving it to us all in stages. It's like a soap opera, bro. So it's coming. And again, we ain't even hit 12 months with Donald yet. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy part is he got popped back in July, and I don't believe he ever worked for the administration, but these people have a tendency of being in touch with the administration. I wonder if my man wore a wire and had meetings with people after his arrest.
Right. So it's in stages. So they already got the answers. They just, waiting on the people to fall, and they sending them signals. Oh, yeah, we got my man back in July. We going, technically, we're going to get him on this tax thing. So we know you got something over there that you done did wrong. We coming for you next. So again, it's a soap opera to me. And I think there is going to be some sort of tie-in, some sort of, they use the collusion word. But I think it's all leading up to trying to get my man out so he can't do the first 48 months. He might not last because, again, how many legislative wins are we at today?
Zero.
Zero.
The only thing I can think of is Gorsuch.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. So
that's it. And his transgender ban got smacked down just the other day.
Yeah, man. So I might be using the wrong word, but it's a phrase called lame duck. What does that mean, man?
Well, I think let's not use that phrase. A lame duck means a lame duck that's probably not the right phrase here.
Okay, help me out with the right phrase of where I need to go, because at the rate he's going, even in the first 48, he's not gonna be able to get anything done.
And I guess I'm gonna go back and say, you know what, you can use lame duck because he's been lame. He has not been able to get anything done. So typically we talk about the lame duck when the president doesn't have the House or the Senate, and he's in the waning months of his administration. So he really doesn't have any opportunity to be the man, so to speak. Donald has the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court and the White House, and he's still lame.
Well, again, and I could be wrong, but I always went with unsuccessful, not being able to get anything done. You know what I mean? Standstill, stuck in the mud. Just overall whack, like you're just there. So again, he does a lot of tweeting and talking, and the press secretary, she sits up there, she does all this, but when it's all said and done, ain't nothing getting done at all. Nothing.
A lot of Twitter happening.
That's all he got. That's all he got right now. All he really has is, shouting his defense out loud on Twitter. And there's one thing that somebody told me. When you see somebody swinging and they're swinging for their life, a lot of times it's out of desperation. And I really feel like anytime he goes on Twitter and tries to refute things, especially when he goes around his legal counsel, around his communication staff, around all other advisors who would probably say, hey, man, don't do that. That's the mark of a desperate man.
So is he going to make 48 months?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. What I will say is a lot of people, particularly who are liberals, Democrats, progressive, left wingers, have been like, we got to get him out now. We got to remember that these things take time. They don't happen overnight. When you come at the president, you got to come correct, because impeachment is different than throwing the book at somebody. Impeachment is not a criminal process. It is a political process. And as long as he still has a lot of political cards, i.e. the House and Senate, both majorities are GOP or Republicans, Donald Trump literally can do almost anything as long as those people won't move for articles of impeachment.
Right. So what you're saying, Maynard, is that the entire process, it's very serious, and it's nothing to be played with, correct?
It's nothing. It's not for play. Impeaching a president is not for play.
So Spud, they should have the same energy of giving the Spirit of Detroit Award to Cardi B, because it shouldn't be nothing to play with. We playing with it. You know what I'm saying?
You better preach.
That's what I'm just saying, man. Because like at the end of the day, we all know, what's his name? Oh, Morning Joe. Because Joe, he's so funny, because he said the other morning, he said, listen, and I've said this too, if the one thing we know about Donald Trump, what he's going to do, he's going to lie. right? And if you don't have the information, there's so much stuff that he has lied about as he's been the president, before he was the president. Hell, even probably when he was born, he was a liar. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, my mom used to say, you lie about one thing and no telling what else you're going to lie about. So, you know, again, as you said with the tweets, man, you don't know what to believe because he is such a liar. You know, I'm spoiled. Maynard, you just said today, and again, I keep calling him Papa Doc. Didn't he say that he didn't know who he was?
Oh, yeah, his administration. You know, they didn't say he didn't know who he was. Now they're saying he really didn't have a role in the administration. He was a volunteer. He was he really didn't play a large role with us. Just same thing he said about Manafort. Manafort was the chairman of the administration. But he was the chairman of the administration.
But I don't know him. I ain't never seen him. I don't know him.
Man. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, dog. Oh, man. But that's our president, man. And we have to admit that the world has not blown up yet. He was talking tough with North Korea, but we still here. So we okay. We're going to be all right. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure it out.
Lamont, you think you can get to the first 48?
I'll be honest with you. I think so. But he's going to be so beat up. I think he's ready to go now. He's like, man, this is some foolishness, man. Like, I'm going to put some people in position. We can make some more paper. But he's like, dude, I don't want to do this. This is not what I really, aspire to do. I think he's going to make it. I think they already cut a deal. Look, man, we're going to beat you up for the next 36 and some change. And you just got to grin and bear it. This is what you asked for. And then when you get done, you can go play around with Barack and Jimmy Carter, and hopefully Daddy Bush will still be around, the son Bush, and just keep it moving. Go raise some money for hurricane victims or something.
On the low, Jimmy Carter came out and said that Donald Trump has been treated worse by the media than any president he's known in his life. And I'm thinking, Jimmy Carter, do you not remember how they rode your ass out of the damn White House?
Whoa.
They rode Jimmy Carter's everything that ever happened in America that ever was wrong. They made that Jimmy Carter's daggone fault. They did the same to Trump, to Obama, and we tried to impeach Bill Clinton over getting a little shot from Monica Lewinsky. What is Jimmy Carter?
A shot of what? What are you talking about?
Come on, Lamont.
Kettle.
I'm trying to trip him up. I'm trying to trip him up.
Little kettle one.
I'm trying to trip
him. Little kettle one.
Little kettle one. Little. Some people like a backsplash. That's what they call it, I think.
Wait a minute, you said a backsplash? That's what we at right now?
Orange juice.
That's a new code word?
Orange juice.
Yeah. A lot of calories, man. A lot of calories, man. A lot of calories. You know what I'm saying? Monica took in a lot of calories.
Protein backsplash.
So hilarious.
Is it break time?
It's showtime. Show is over, man.
But you know what, though?
We got 58 minutes in.
I got you. But you know what? Before, Maynard does this thing, man, I got to give a shout out, man. And I don't know if you all saw this, but there is a teacher at a charter school up in Milwaukee, man. His name is Terrence Sims. I don't know if you saw a video, but he took, he had a sixth grade class. These young ladies, man, they took T Grizzly's First Day Out record and they did like a rap over it.
Oh, right. Fire.
Listen, and we're gonna make sure we put that on the Three Black Guys with the Mic page so everybody can see this video because we do a lot of Cardi B bashing and we do a lot of talk about rap that's kind of whack. And these young people, man, they need to be uplifted, man. I saw something today where Michelle Obama got on their page. It was like, yo, y'all keep it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are paying attention, man. Like I think the video is up to like a few 100,000 views on YouTube, man. So we definitely want to, like I said, give him a shout out, because there was this one girl, she hit this line, how she was talking about, she's melanated and all this other kind of, I was like, and she was like, I got an appetite for education. And the way she said it, she looked in the camera, was like, and if you want some, you can come get some. And I was like, whoa. So again, we got to give my man, a shout out. His name is Terrence Sims. I don't know about like charter school because I already heard that they was whack. But I guess the name of the charter school was called like Milwaukee Excellence Charter School, and they doing big things up there, man. So you want to shout out to that brother, and definitely be able to uplift and support him with some more clicks and views, because as Spud said, that's what it's about out here, right? Them clicks and views, right?
Actually, that's a quote from you, sir. That's a quote from you.
Okay, I'll take that back. All right, I thought you took it from me, man, but it's cool.
I did take it from you, but you know, you have it back.
No doubt. All right, I appreciate that.
All
right, man, you got it, man.
Cactus time. Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, who's choking on it?
Every week, we want somebody to understand that their actions, their words, have just kind of upset the apple cart. And so many of us, Lamont, I think you enjoy a little House of Cards on Netflix. Is that right?
Whoa, my dude, that's where you going?
I mean, have you enjoyed that show on Netflix?
Well, let me keep it 100 with you for a minute, because I'm on and off for paying my subscription sometimes. So when the new season come out, I was gonna load back up. You feel what I'm saying? Because
right. You don't have to. Right. Cut off, jump in, and jump back out.
Okay. Yeah, that's hot.
Especially hey, since you can binge on it real quick, right?
Yeah, all day. That's how I work over here. You know what I'm saying? Just got to put gas in the helicopter, man. So yeah.
So the whole Harvey Weinstein cabal, the whole fallout from this sexual misdeeds of Harvey Weinstein has tapped into a few other people.
I'm going to use a word from Mayor Mike Duggan. You have no shame, sir. You have no shame. I just wanted to say that. I'm just Mayor Mike Duggan's what he said to Senator Coleman Young in a debate the other day. You just have absolutely no shame. Anyways, continue. Go ahead, man.
Why do I have no shame here?
You have no shame. Now I see where you're going. But okay, go ahead.
So the boy, there's a gentleman that comes on TV. His name is Mark Halperin. He's usually on Morning Joe until the other day, because back in his days at ABC, he hit up on some females and had some sexual misdeeds. And now we will not get a new season of House of Cards because Kevin Spacey don't know how to keep his damn hands to himself. Kevin Spacey, a.k.a. Frank Underwood, a.k.a. Virgil Kemp from Usual Suspects, my favorite character that he's ever played, a.k.a. K-Pax, man. My dude, you out here, you Kevin Spacey. Yo, I gotta think that Kevin Spacey, women are probably trying to give you sexual favors. Why are you out here roughing it? Dude, your behavior is abominable. And I don't even have to know if it even actually happened. Nobody would say this about Kevin Spacey unless something happened. Kevin Spacey's supposed to be one of the good guys, sir, for violating the trust of America.
Wow.
For violating our sacred tenets here in this society. I don't care how much of a thespian you are, sir.
Whoa, man it. Whoa. Wait a minute, man it. I'm trying to get to Webster.com. What was that word again? I'm sorry.
Thespian.
What is that?
You don't know what a thespian is?
No.
It's not a lesbian. Let me start with that.
It's definitely not that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
No.
I need you to go to drama
when you're
class.
A fine actor, right? Go to class. But so what y'all should know is that there will be no more House of Cards. At least if they do find a way to bring it back, it will not be with Kevin Spacey. They've severed ties. Netflix has severed ties with the with Kevin Spacey and the series or franchise called House of Cards, because Kevin Spacey was a bad boy. Choke on cactus on me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, it's Kevin Spacey. We'll do it again next Tuesday, right here. Another episode of 3 Black Guys with the Mic. Peace out. Today is a day to treat yourself and not cheat yourself. I'm talking about Wendy's 4 for $4. We talk about getting yourself fresh food in your body, not frozen food, fresh food in your body. That is what it's all about. Eating good, eating juicy, eating healthy. Not all that frozen food. Putting all that frozen food in your body, not a good look for you. So grab yourself a Wendy's 4 for $4, a choice of a junior bacon cheeseburger or a crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nuggets, small fry, and a drink, all for only $4. It's always fresh, never frozen, at a participating Wendy's for a limited time. Offer not valid in Alaska and Hawaii. Now, back to the show.